Triston.
Never in my life associated the word boring with baseball.
We know what's up.
Me? Yeah. Famous? Yeah.
And I'm like giddy over there smiling like, we're about to win this shit.
Did everyone give you crap? Give me a good host story.
I'm not picking it up.
We both love the game.
We talk about it every day.
Get on baseball.
Having some popcorn, you're fooling around your phone.
I'd have to wait in line for 3 hours.
Hang on, because it's about to be a wild ride.
Nobody I would like to talk to more than Triston Casas right now. Thank you for joining me, Triston.
No problem.
Always a pleasure. Always bring a smile to your face.
The pleasure's mine.
I don't know why you're running away from me constantly.
Pleasure's mine.
I know. Now you're running toward me because we always smiles. It's always a good time, right?
Okay.
You don't believe me? It's a good time.
I believe you.
All right.
Sure.
Well, it brings a smile on my face, if not yours. Let's talk about the future. Let's talk about first of all, as we hit the end of this season, what is the thing that you didn't know about playing Major League Baseball now that maybe you didn't know at the end of last year? Anything?
Yeah, really that all pitchers are the same and that I don't need to scouting report and game plan for every single one because they're oddly similar, all of them. So if I just stick to my approach and not try to run every single pitcher down and try to figure out their tendencies and what they're doing to every single player, because they're pretty much basing their sequences off all of the past at-bats that they've had off of that person and thinking about what they're gonna try to game plan with next, what they're trying to attack with and put away with. So if I try to keep up with every single matchup, I'm gonna drive myself crazy. So times during the season when I've been at my best, I've just been focused on myself and not so much about what the pitcher's doing or whatever tendencies they might have. In the past, I think I've over game planned and sometimes put too much information in my head, and bullpens rotate too much to try to keep up with everybody and remember every single at bat you had against one person, because the chances of you having another at bat against the bullpen arm, unless that pitcher is in your division, is really slim to none.
When did you realize that? Was it at the beginning of the year? Was it when you were out? When is it when you came back?
Yeah, I think it was when I was out. Just seeing how many pitchers and meetings that we go over, and how many guys that we have to keep track of, and talking to vets on the team and asking them do you really look into the characteristics of every single guy and their percentages and their plot charts and movements, release heights, extensions? They're like, no, not really. We just go up there and see the ball and hit it.
So as we head in the off season, along those lines, do you feel? I know the health is one thing. First of all, you feel okay? You feel better than you did maybe a month ago?
Yeah, I'm feeling fine, feeling great.
Yeah.
Back to 100%. No complaints. Feeling good.
Okay, so now that you're feeling good, you've played games, you're heading in the off season. Do you feel as a baseball player excited about as excited, or maybe it's different kind of excitement heading into the following year?
Yeah, there's always a little bit of excitement, going into your next season, because as baseball players we have these unrealistic expectations sometimes of the player we want to be, and either the statistics we want to post, and it's a time to manifest and to visualize what you want out of a brand new year. So that's what you visualize in the off season, waking up every day early, working out, all those hours in the cage. You're like, I want to be the best version of myself that I can for my team. So it's a time to reconnect with friends and family, and continue to get better at my craft, try to perfect baseball, which is something that can never be perfected, but to shoot for that attention to detail every single day when I go to practice is something that I love. I do it every day here, and even these last 3 games, coming into the ballpark today, off day yesterday, felt good, but even coming in today, I was just reminding myself, regardless of what's going on later tonight. I still got a job to get better at, and that motivated me during my workout today. Just to remind myself, 3 days, the only finish line, is when I hang them up. So
I like that.
Still got a lot of life left, and I'm going to continue getting better and just making the most out of every day.
It sounds like, and you've been hitting better, and it sounds like healthier. Were you worried? I mean, there's always the unknown because you hadn't gone through anything like that. Not only the injury, but coming back from the injury. And were you worried that you would get to the end of the year and there would be a lot more uncertainties than you really wanted? Or were you pretty confident that you were going to be able to land where you did?
You never know. You never know with things like this how they're going to turn out. You hope for the best for sure, but the doubt creeps into everybody's mind when they're rehabbing. If they're going to ever come back the same player. And I'd be lying if I said that I was confident that I would. There was lapses in judgment or sometimes some doubt that crept into my mind, but the positivity and the support that I was having throughout that process was what kept me going. I know that I'm still a young guy and that I'm going to recover well. And it wasn't a surgery or anything, so there wasn't any question that it was going to heal. And from the doctor's point of view, they were pretty confident that it would. So yeah, I mean, I guess the question marks started about this year. Would it all mend and get good enough to come back and contribute for this season? But I didn't have any doubts for next season or the off season or anything like that. It was just how fast would I be able to recover and how fast would I be able to get back out there. I push the limits every day, and thankfully it's paying off because I'm feeling great now, going back on the field, doing what I love, and I feel normal again.
Your favorite topic, your contract. You said we've talked about it a bunch of times. You said you're putting in the hands of your representatives because they know what's what. But personally, do you feel the same way about a potential contract extension that you did, let's say when we talked about it in spring training?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have a year this year. I didn't put up any numbers. That would merit an extension like that. I think if I was a front office representative, I'd need to see more out of myself for sure, and I'm not expecting any offer that would pique my interest. Honestly, I haven't earned it, and I don't think it's going to come in the near future anytime soon. But that's why I'm going to go to the off season, work really hard, and come back into spring training in really good shape, and hope and pray for a potentially healthy season next year. Because if I am allotted the opportunity to fail enough times, I'm going to figure it out, and it's going to be a beautiful thing.
It's you got a long way to go, and obviously an extension would be way ahead at this point. But you're a human, and when they make an offer they did before, and you have an injury and you have this year, that must creep in your head, right?
No, not at all.
It doesn't really?
Not at all. I never look back on the past and second guess myself. I know in the time right there, I was willing to leave whatever it was on the table. My family is good on money. We got investments and we got properties, and if I don't make another dollar from baseball right now, I'll be totally fine.
Man, you have properties?
I got plenty.
Do you?
Yeah. I got acres. I got land.
It's a great investment property.
I got land.
You have acres of land?
I got houses. I got condos, apartments. I got all of it. So if I didn't make another baseball dollar from right now, I'd go back to school and I'd be fine getting a real world job. So I don't feel like I have any pressure to do well.
I would imagine you like doing this better than you like being a landlord.
Yeah, but I don't feel pressure to go out there and have my life on the line every single at bat because I need that money. That's just how my parents have raised me, and we play this game for the love of it, not for the money, not for the fame or the accolades. It's just because I like being amongst a group of 25 guys that just are gritty and get after it, and we love spending time with each other, hanging out and being best friends, and traveling place to place, catching flights, and not feelings. That's all.
And just to clarify, so they had, I had told you the story of Josh Beckett. You remember this story I told you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they had never done that. They had never come in. So there wasn't another offer that you know of.
No, not that I know of.
Okay.
But I don't blame them. It shouldn't be.
Well, again, I told the story anyway. Well, all right. So last thing is you feel as you head into the off season, it's going to be first of all, your Instagram post. What was it? What do you put?
My caption?
What was it?
Ain't no party like a Triston party.
That's what I want the last thing to be. I want you to take me behind the scenes of that.
I think I throw really good parties. I mean, we got kombucha and we got multivitamins. We got fruit platters. We got veggie sticks, celery, carrots with a lot of blue cheese. We got kombucha. We got apple cider vinegars to go around. Lots of ice baths. And I think that's gonna be our next talk. It's gonna be in an ice bath.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Eating wasabi.
No, just in an ice bath.
Do you know I threw up when I ate wasabi the other day?
I could imagine that. Yeah, it was a lot.
When's the last time you threw a party? Like legit, not like a couple guys coming over, like a legit.
Like high school.
Okay.
Yeah. Not since high school. I mean, I've had gatherings of 20.
Okay.
20, 30, but
no ice baths involved in those.
No, not at those. But yeah, probably not since high school that it was a block party pretty much, and too many cars were pulling up. There was the lines out the door. My fam and my brother, we were charging people to get in.
Were you?
The cops got called. Yeah, it was a one-time thing, and it never happened again.
So just to go on the record, the Triston Casas parties are free now. For those who are invited.
Yeah. If you're invited, they're free.
Right.
Everything's on the
All
house.
right, so
but yeah, I had one party that went haywire. My parents got so mad. It was a house party, and they were out of town. But yeah, that happened probably like my junior year. My brother's like sophomore year. Yeah. So that was like my only house party.
Well, now how your life has changed.
Yeah.
Right.
I got different kind of parties now.
Yeah. Exactly. Vitamins and kombucha.
Yeah.
All right. Let it be said. Let it be done. Let's vow to each other. Next interview. Spring training.
And
Ice baths.
I'm about it. I'm so about it.
All right. Thank you.
Fire.